Hello, Aries. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with a reading for those of you who are in separation. So let's go ahead and grab some insight here, focusing on you and your person and what you need to know at this time. So I'll be pulling from these three decks here, the Valentine Wellness Love Oracle cards, the Love Compass Oracle, and then the Heart Songs of the 90s, which is my own. So let's go ahead and grab some insight here for you guys when it comes to this connection and separation. General advice as always, so please keep that in mind throughout the reading. All right, Aries, here we go. What is the opening message for this connection? Yes, we know you guys are in separation because that's what we're focused on. We do have addiction. Some of you might have separated because the other person could have been codependent or dealing with a literal addiction. Maybe it was substance abuse, it could have been alcoholism, so many things, you know. So that might have been just super challenging for the relationship to continue to work. They are telling you here they're very sad, they are missing you. This one keeps popping up for this batch of readings, which makes sense because that's what we're focused on here. They think about you though, they're yearning for you. The sword and rose, so it does say clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. And then we have love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. And if you have been dealing with somebody who's been in this type of energy where they've been having a very difficult time with obsessive or addictive behavior, I feel this would be beneficial towards this person's healing. You know, that could be reversed for some of you guys too. Maybe it is your own addictions that might have resulted in a separation with this person. So as always, you know, you got to just customize it for how it fits your situation. So let's go ahead and grab some insight from tarot. I'll be pulling from my TANIELU tarot deck here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aries. So clarifying the separation, there have been some challenges here. Maybe during this time apart, they have gained this much needed clarity in order to deal with their own issues, their own inner demons, hopefully to be able to come towards you as a better person, you know. Let's see. We do have a reversed Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles, it's about balancing decisions. In the reverse, it's somebody who could be overwhelmed, who could be disorganized. There's this loss of balance when it comes to this person, which makes sense for me because if they have been dealing with issues that were overwhelming them and that codependent type vibe, you know, it makes sense that they would be coming up with that type of energy. So it's up to them to be able to deal with their own issues. First of all, that's not your job to be able to do that. They need to be able to organize their own life and to set their own priorities. And if they did not make you a priority, that could have also resulted in the separation because their addictive behavior might have been the priority for them. They were putting their own needs first. And that could have compromised the foundation of the relationship. Look at this card right here. We've got the Eight of Cups. So you probably walked away from them. You detached. You let go. So you might have decided, you know what, this isn't going to work for me. In the meantime, you might have just focused on your own goals, your own dreams in life. For some of you, that might have included moving on to other relationships. That could be what's happening here. We do have eights represented in this reading, representing some sort of change. There's definitely some major changes that needed to happen here. Until those changes happen, it makes sense for me that there are cycles that are completing. Some of those cycles have to do with this person's issues. So you might have closed the door to this chapter of your life with this person in order to put yourself first because they were not putting you first. That makes sense for me why that's coming through in that way. Look at this. We've got the Ace of Cups. So the person that you're in separation from, Aries, what I'm feeling is that self-love and self-care has to come first. That's what this is about right here, because they're unable to offer you what you need if their cup is empty. So they need to be able to work on filling their own cup of love in the meantime. Because if they don't have it within themselves, they don't have the capability to offer it to anybody else. To nobody else, whether it's a friend, whether it's a romantic partner, whether it is a family member, they are incapable of offering it to anyone else because they are depleted. They've emptied their own cup. And then we have the moon's energy right here. For some of you, part of the reason why you also went into separation is because they weren't being honest. They were hiding things from you. They could have been cheating on you. That could represent an affair. That could represent the fact that they weren't being truthful. They could have been lying, sneaking around, doing all sorts of shady stuff. So if it wasn't codependent, if it wasn't somebody who was controlling, then they might have done certain things here to ruin the relationship because you couldn't trust them. They could have been very manipulative. And look at the next card. Here we go with the Seven of Swords. You know, cheating clarified here. Put that together with the moon, and they were deceptive in that way. All right, so many reasons presenting itself here as to why you guys went into separation. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some additional cards here. So unless they put the work in for themselves, you're probably better off without this person, unfortunately. But I'm also feeling through that new love card that you've already moved on to somebody else at this point, and maybe you're in a much better place. You're happy, which I hope you absolutely are, you know. So let's grab some additional cards here. Soul-to-soul connection. We do have divine counterpart, okay? We've got reconciliation. Look at these cards, guys. We have communication coming in. And lastly, we do have the soulmate card coming forward. So there are those of you, because we are focusing on separations here for this reading, if you are able to open up a new cycle where you know this person has changed, they're not the same person who hurt you, then maybe it's worth revisiting, because we do have a reconciliation that's on the table here. For those of you that aren't able to forgive or are really not interested in a reunion with somebody that hurt you in that way, this could hopefully represent a brand new person that you feel very connected to on that soul level. Somebody that you really do feel this very close bond to. You see them as a divine counterpart. For some of you guys, this could be a twin flame connection. We also have the soulmate card here as well. But we can't ignore this one because we are focused on a connection that's currently in separation. They desire the return. They desire a reunion with you. They are praying for a new beginning with you. It ultimately is up to you, Aries, if you will give them the opportunity to come back. So you might hear from them. They more than likely will reach out somehow to you, whether that's through a phone call, a text, stop by, you know, or to even reach out on social media. There is a form of communication that's coming in. So let's grab some tarot. I'll be pulling from my Valentine Connection tarot here. So yes, reunions are possible for those of you who are open to that and able to forgive somebody who hurt you. Otherwise, you're opening up another chance for you to find love elsewhere. Some of you guys already have. All right, so let's see what else. So we've got a reversed Page of Wands. All right, so typically in the upright, that represents happy, cheerful news. So the Page of Wands in the reverse, it represents somebody who has a lack of direction. They're feeling lost. They tend to procrastinate. This is somebody who tends to create conflict in their life. Okay, so if that represents this person who wants to return, more than likely you're not going to allow them back in to hurt you all over again. So if they haven't actually done the work, if they haven't grown up, so to speak, then more than likely, regardless of communication, you're not going to accept this person back in. Some of you guys, understandably so, feeling very protective of your space, of your heart. You've got your walls up, you know, which makes sense, because you want to be able to maintain control of your life, and this person coming in, they're not in control of their own life, so how can they possibly offer that to you or the relationship? For some of you, however, you do have, I feel, especially Divine Feminines, a masculine who is very interested in a reconciliation. This is a very slow moving person. They want to take their time. They don't want to come in and just bombard you with a desire to communicate and reconcile. This is somebody who wants to test the waters to see, you know, would you be open to this? We do have the Wheel of Fortune. So for those of you who are wanting to give someone another chance, I feel through these cycles of change that it can be very successful, that you and this person can be happy once again. So a couple scenarios here, you know, those of you who would prefer to just leave the past where it is in order to find new love, contentment, fulfillment in your life. And there are those of you who can find forgiveness to give somebody a second chance. All right, so that's what's coming through there. Let's grab a song or two from the Heart Songs of the 90s. If you're not familiar with the song, see if you resonate with the lyrics. All right, here we go. You have to just do what feels right in your heart, you know, regardless of whether somebody wants to come back or not. All right, let's grab a song here for Aries. My Love, Sweet Love by Patti LaBelle. This is such a beautiful song. My love, sweet love, with you nothing else matters. You're my heart and my heart is yours. My love, sweet love, for me there's no one better. Cross my heart, I could not love you more. And I swear to you, there's no one more important. And I trust you with my life, so I pledge my heart to you. This could be somebody who wants to return, pledging their love to you, especially for those who have experienced infidelity in the relationship. You're on the fence, you're not quite sure whether you want to give this person another chance. They're definitely going to have to earn their way back into your life, into your heart. But they're telling you here that their love is true, and if you're willing to give them a second chance, maybe they can prove to you that they really have changed. And then we have I Swear by All for One. I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky, and I swear like the shadow that's by your side. I see the questions in your eyes. I know what's weighing on your mind. You can be sure I know my heart, 'cause I'll stand beside you through the years. You'll only cry those happy tears, and though I make mistakes, I'll never break your heart. Okay? So they are acknowledging the mistakes that they have made. And, you know, as it says, I know what's weighing on your mind. I know I put you through a lot. I know I put you through a lot of drama, perhaps, made you cry. But they're really wanting to turn things around here. So Aries, it falls on your shoulders to decide whether you will accept them back in or just leave that door closed, which is your prerogative, and move on to new love if you haven't already. All right, guys, I'll leave that there. If you're interested in your own reading, that info is down below. See you next time.